I'm out here on the Hat 6 road, be east and then south of town. Just out for a ride. I think I've probably posted a video of coming out here before. I don't remember if it was probably on the Honda XR 150, and today I'm on the Kawasaki KLX 300. Warm day, a little bit of wind, not bad. This is what Wyoming looks like in late August. Pretty much all of August is kind of what it looks like. It's in town we've had one thunderstorm that amounted to anything since way back in July, maybe mid-July. Been a really dry summer, dry winter, dry summer. We're supposed to be well above average on temps until clear through October. So, which will be nice. It means 2 more months of summer. And it always gets nice and cool here at night this time of year, so you can sleep good. Close the house down and stay cool all day. Don't have to run the AC. So we're heading kind of south, maybe slightly east, towards the Medicine Bow Range. That's out in front of us there. My last camp trip, I can't really turn that far, but way off to the right there, that's Muddy Mountain. That's the mountain I was up on 2 weeks ago camping. And so this is it's very similar. It's not really quite the same mountain range, but they're all part of the Medicine Bow Range, the Laramie Range. And they stretch all the way down to Colorado from central Wyoming here. Kind of the middle part of the state, middle to the eastern sort of. Keeping the slow down at 65 mile an hour actually on this county road. But I'm running the speed down so the wind noise won't be so terrific. If it gets real bad, if I speed up and the wind noise gets overpowering on the mic, I'll just put some music over the top of it, delete the audio. But I haven't blabbed at y'all in a while, so I thought I'd do that. The pavement ends up here. The county road continues on up where that dust cloud's coming from up there. That used to be a county road all the way up over the top and stuff, and then a different rancher bought some ranches up here, and somehow the county road was no longer a county road, and it got chain put up across it, a gate and a chain. So yeah, this is County Road 607. Smith Creek Road, a lot of people know it as. I won't be the only person out here, I'm sure. You can only go so far back in here on this road too. The same guy owns a big ranch down here in the bottom in this valley. That might be one of those ranches over there. I'm trying to remember the name. He owns stuff he's the same guy that owned that stuff up on Muddy Mountain, where he was able to shut all the gates off and pretty much lock off all the BLM land behind it. So pretty good road here, gravel, hard pack, a little bit of gravel on it, but just real smooth. just loafing along. We do have a little bit of wind. I think it's kind of out of the east-northeast today, so I'm kind of running downwind now. So I'm heading south, slightly west. Had some more steering weird feelings with this Kawasaki like I did when I initially got it. And at that time I fixed it myself because I wasn't getting a lot of help from the local dealer. It was just the very top nut on top of the upper triple clamp was supposed to be torqued at 43 foot-pounds, and I had to break it loose with an impact wrench, and so I knew that was definitely an issue, so I just loosened up the triple clamp bolts on that upper triple clamp, the fork tube bolts, and torqued that nut down to 43 foot-pounds. I thought I was going to go in and adjust the bearing adjuster nut, but I didn't even have to get that far. So anyway, I did that, torqued that down to 43 foot-pounds, torqued up the triple clamp fork bolts there, and put the handlebars back on, torqued them, and boy, it's like a brand new bike. I mean, no more weird, slow speed, fighting it, to keep control. It just wanted to dart around on you. And in cornering, it was weird. You couldn't just curve a corner. It was like you're sawing your way around it. So anyway, when I did that stuff, that pretty well took care of everything. And then here, the last month or so, it kind of started coming back. And it might have been I was backing it out of my shed out back, and there was a little bit of a slope there, and I just got careless and got to a spot where the bike was leaning too far, and I couldn't get my foot down on the ground at that spot. It was just because of the slope, and so the bike went over and dropped it on its left side, and that's the second time this bike had been dropped on the left side. So I quickly picked it up, and everything looked good except for the clutch lever, which I had re-straightened from my friend dropping it the first time. And of course it snapped when I tried to straighten it again. I knew it would, but I already had a new lever waiting right there at the house, so put that on. But it was sometime after that I kind of noticed that weird steering stuff again. And I'm not sure where that road. I thought that said public trust land. I don't have my maps with me or my GPS. I do have my phone. I could maybe find something on there. I don't have my Onyx maps on my phone anymore. I did at one time. I'm not sure how they got deleted, but they did. So anyway, yeah, we're kind of getting back into some good stuff here. There's some interesting stuff back in here. Smith Creek and Otter Creek, they both go and eventually I think run into Deer Creek, which is off to my left a ways. If the main county road we were first on there, if you stay on it, you'll go kind of run up the west canyon of Deer Creek, the west side of Deer Creek Canyon. And I'm not sure which is Wyoming State Trust. So you can recreate on Wyoming State Trust land. You can't spend the night. You can't camp. It's days only. for that very reason, that's why I'm opposed to a lot of people that think that Wyoming needs to control all of the federal land in this state, which there's a lot of. But no, I don't want the state controlling that stuff. You won't be able to use it like you can now, and quite frankly, the state can't afford to administer all that land. And they'd have to just start selling it, which is kind of probably the whole idea in the first place. Selling it or leasing it. And any normal person in the public that isn't going to benefit from that should be horrified at the thought of the state taking over federal land. Nothing good would come of it for the general public. Absolutely nothing. It'd be detrimental in a lot of ways. So yeah, this whole road really just goes to heck out here. It's been a long time since I've been up Smith Creek, and I don't think I've ever been up here on a motorcycle. If I did, it was a 650, XS 650 Yamaha that I used to own way back in the day. And I don't know if I ever came up here on it or not. Wow, look at this. Thought maybe I was going to get a gate here, but I'm seeing things. Wyoming State Trust land. Alright. So we're still cool. I know there is BLM land out here too. But this used to be a whole lot of BLM. We used to be able to come clear back up there on Smith Creek to some beaver ponds, and there was some big old brook trout in there. And, there's 40 years ago, there was a rancher up here, Burkhart was his name. He kept trying to shut that road off. It was a county-maintained road. He legally couldn't do it, but he insisted on trying, and they had to come up here and cut the chain down a couple different times, the sheriffs. Last time I was back in here, go Chuckers. Last time I was back in here fishing, we're at the beaver ponds, and there was a couple of cowboys come riding up on their horses and asked us if we had permission from D.B. Brooks to be in there, and we said no. And he says, what about Burkhart? And we said no. And he said, well, you best be getting on out of here. We knew we were on BLM land. So, but you don't question. In a situation like that, you just say, okay, we'll be getting out of here right away. And so I have not been back up in that far since that incident. And like I say, that was 40 years ago or thereabouts. I can remember taking my dad back up in there. Yeah, this is cool out here. Got gravel, boy. This is just a big old gray. But look at all the boulders in this odd little place. It's probably good rock hounding out here. I should bring my buddy Paul out here. We've been going out southwest of town and looking, but I think maybe we need to come out here, see what this has to offer. See if we can. I don't know if there's any agate in here or not. I'm seeing some sparklies, but I'm not seeing. Maybe it's just granite. That's what most of it looks like. Of course, going to be a lot of shale out here with all this gray color. My right hand is going numb again. That's why when I turned the camera on, I had stopped to get my hand warmed up, or not warmed up, woke up, stopped tingling. It's just dead right now. That's why I don't go on long camping trips. That camping trip that I went on 2 weeks ago there was all of about 20 miles one way, something like that. This used to be a little campground sort of thing here. I think if this is state, you cannot camp here anymore. Maybe this isn't the spot, or maybe it is. It's all overgrown so bad. If it's BLM, you can stay on BLM land for 14 days in one spot. Then you gotta move. So, theoretically you could spend the year round if you had a camper or a trailer. Just wanted to be on your own, you could, because we got a whole bunch of BLM out west of town. I mean, it's nothing but. Winter would be pretty rough. There's some cool burl wood here. All them growths on that log. Well, let's see, I'm probably maybe getting near the end of the road here. I'm not sure. It's the last time I was up here with my sister Jeanette. She's one of the sisters that passed away last summer, last August, as a matter of fact. So a year ago since Jeanette's been dead, and my sister Pat she passed in May, just a few months earlier than Jeanette did, so it's kind of a rough 2023 for this family. I got one sister left, so that's it. Me and my sister, we got each other. Folks, of course, are long gone. The sister that is alive, she's the oldest of the siblings. She's, I think, 7 years older than I am. 7 or 8. I'm sure I'm going to get to a sign. Private land on both sides of the road, no trespassing. Okay, that's what you want to see. Let me know what's going on. So it is still maybe a county maintained road. It doesn't look like it's maintained to me, so maybe it's state land, BLM land, something. You used to be able to take this road, I'm talking a long time ago again, of course, 45 years ago, you could go up the west end of Muddy Mountain, kind of going, and end up sort of where I went camping last 2 weeks ago, so. But I'm pretty sure you cannot do that again. I think that was up Otter Creek. Real rough road, super rough with giant boulders. And you couldn't get a large vehicle. You probably wouldn't even be able to go. What I was in was, one of my friends had a Volkswagen Beetle that they'd put the Baja buggy kit on, chop the rear end off and the front end off, and had the fiberglass nose cone, and he had also he had put in a transaxle out of a bus, which they have a gearbox on the end of each axle, so it gives you extra. The gearbox alone gives you another 4 or 5 or 6 inches of ground clearance back there, but it's also a gear reduction. gearbox, so it gears you down. And that thing was kind of a little tank, and we managed to weave our way up through those big boulders and didn't have to climb over any of them. We had to squeeze through a lot of them. So this is kind of cool. I was kind of thinking maybe that a person couldn't get this far back up in here anymore. But you can't. I think this is still Smith Creek to the right here. I don't want to. Going to be some traffic coming the other way at some point, I think. Some ATVs up here, undoubtedly. I have not done any hill climbing with the KLX. I assume it'll do okay. Everybody complains about these stock tires that come on them, about not being very good. I think they're probably better than I am. Looks like it definitely can get muddy back in here. Somebody really tore it up. Rocks and ruts, danger. Yeah, this is really. And we got the creek on the deep canyon on our left. I'm wondering if that was Otter Creek back there on the right and it's Smith Creek on the left here. Or maybe we just switched over it. I haven't seen any more no trespassing signs, so everything still should be cool. Yeah, I haven't been back up in here in a long time, holy cats. We used to come up here mostly fishing, but I think a couple times deer hunting. I think there was always a lot of people in here hunting. That's probably why I didn't come in here very much. But I wouldn't mind coming out here, in my vehicle with a metal detector and kind of go around some of these obvious old camp spots. I don't know if there was any mining back up in here. I know there was, I think, a silver mine back in the Smith Creek area, probably 1800s, maybe early 1900s. I'm definitely not going to try to show you a video of me laying the bike down. Might be all the further we go right here. Don't think I'm wanting to do a creek crossing today. I know it's not going to be any issue. But I don't want to do it nonetheless. Saw a fish rising out there when we first got here. Well, it's too hot to not be moving. Yeah, I'll have to look on my map when I get home, and this is either Smith or Otter Creek. I'm thinking this might be Otter, and maybe it comes into Smith right over this way. That's what I'm thinking. Anyway, pretty cool area. Yeah, hope y'all enjoyed the video. I don't think this is fall turning yet. I think this is just disease or something making those leaves turn, but it will be. Everything will be turning before long. So anyway, see y'all later.